Hey, good morning. Having some technical difficulties. Can you guys hear me today? Kind of weird. My computer just froze up on me right in the middle of the intro, trying to get everything situated and make sure that I am back on. Oh, good. My wife says I can be heard, so that is good news. Let me get over here and share my screen. Tire screen. Here we go. All right. It's weird. My screen. Why? Oh, that's not what I was trying to share. What's going on here? See, does that pop up? No. What in the world? Oh my goodness. Somehow like dark mode turned on me, guys, and it's weird. You guys can't see. Oh, this stuff drives me crazy. Yeah, you guys can't see. I don't believe this sometimes, man. Share screen, hitting entire screen. I don't know. Josh might be a little bit helpful. This is so frustrating. All I did was restart my computer, and now, like, everything's black. I can see me. When I go. Sorry, guys. I apologize for the technical difficulties. My son is here, so he's going to try to help me. This is weird, son. I'm going to.
Forgot to add it to the stage.
Oh, for Christ's sakes,
Brad. Add it to the stage. No, you're good.
Let's go, little darling. We got it figured out. Let's sing a song and roll along. Let's add it to the stage. Here we go. Yay. Thank you, son. Love you, buddy. It is 9:10 in the morning on Wednesday morning. For those of you that stuck through that, thank you. Hope you are doing fantastic. So today we are moving along with the how to build an 8-figure portfolio by 2030. The thumbnail doesn't convey that. The title doesn't convey that. But I kind of wanted to go over a little bit of the parameters and give you guys a little bit of an idea of what I'm doing. And I hope some of you guys will follow along. You don't necessarily have to invest in the same exact tokens as me, and you don't have to necessarily try to create, an 8-figure portfolio. Do it on the level that you can do it on. But one of the things that I'm going to do, remember, during these videos, I'm going to do things a little bit differently than I would if I was looking to cash out here in 2025 or even in the beginning of 2026. So one of the things that I'm going to do, like even for instance, this token right here is a token. I want to do a little bit more research on it before I go super deep. But this token, Nosana, is, in my opinion, a really good token. And it's got some great utility. But one of the other things that I really like about Nosana is that it's got a staking feature. And you guys can see here that if we, let's say we have, it's about 38 cents right now. So we could buy, 1,000 of them for $380 if my math is correct. So if we say we bought 1,000 of them for $380 or $390 of our 500. That's the other thing. To start off this challenge, we're going to look at it as if we kind of have around a $500 a month budget. But I've also got some cool ways that I'm looking to increase that budget. So one of the things that I'm looking at doing is different little business ideas inside of crypto. So if I can increase my cash flow, then I can increase the amount of money that I'm putting into the challenge. And I want to hopefully have you guys have that mindset too. Like, let's say that we're tackling this challenge with $500 a month, but let's say that on the weekend, you decide that you're going to go out on Saturday morning super early and you're going to hit garage sales for 2 or 3 hours and you're going to buy some stuff that you think you can resell and make a profit. And the profit that you make from that is going to go towards your create an 8-figure bankroll challenge. Well, then that counts. So let's say that you go out on Saturday morning, you make some nice finds and you sell, you go buy some stuff cheap at a garage sale and then you sell it on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace or wherever. And say you make $200 or $300 that weekend buying and selling stuff from garage sales, then you can up your investment that month or that week to $700 or $800. But I just want to show you guys something. You can stake Nosana for up to 365 days. And you get a 32% APR. So 32% of 1,000 guys is basically, 320, we'll call it, right? So if you had 1,000 tokens and you stake them, that ends up being 320 tokens. So now you've got 1,320 tokens. So follow me here real quick, guys. It is September 10th of 2025. September 10th of 2026, you now have 1,320 tokens, right? So 1,320 tokens is going to get you 32% of 1,000. We said was 320, but now you're going to get 32% of 320. Well, 30% of 300 is another 90, and then you're getting 2% more, so you're getting 96. And then we'll say a third of 20 is 6, so you're getting, call it 102 plus the original 320. So 320 and 102 means the second year you get 422 NOS. if we take the 1,320 plus the 422, you're now going to have 1,744. So now you're looking at September 10th of 2027. You've got 1,744, right? So 1,744. And at this point in time, I'm going to save myself a little work. I'm going to pull out my phone here a little bit, make life a little easier and more exact for me. So we take 1,744, 1,744 times 31.9. I don't know why they couldn't just make that 32% make life easy on us, but 1,744 times 31.9% is 556. So 556 plus 1,744 is 2,300. So we started with 1,000 on September 10th of 2025. We went to 1,320 on 2026. That turned into 1,744 in 2027. And then in 2028, we have 2,300. And we're going to sell these tokens somewhere towards the end of 29 or in 2030. So we do this one more time. 2,300 times 31.9% is 733 that we earn in interest. So that takes us up to 3,033 in 2029. And now we're probably not going to stake them for a year, because just in case the bull market comes quicker, we are going to want to be able to have liquidity. But guys, one of the reasons I'm picking this coin is because of this staking mechanism. So we literally have taken our 1,000 tokens and tripled them to 3,033 tokens just by holding them for the 3 years. That's with no dollar cost averaging, no anything. That's just a one-time $380 investment. Let's see here, $390 investment, right? If we buy 1,000 of these, $389 gets us 1,000 tokens. Now let's do some little math here, guys. Its all-time high was $7.80. So that's almost a 20x, right? So let's do the math here, guys. If we buy 1,000 tokens for $389, and now in 2029, we're up to 3,033 tokens. And let's just say that between this bull market and the next bull market, it only gets up to a $10 token. So $10, that'd be $30,000 for our $388, $389. Now we need to make more like 333x overall, but that's still a pretty incredible start. Not every token that we buy by any means is going to do a 333x, but by buying this token and staking this token, we can get hopefully a 100x. And guys, if this was a $7.83 token, if it really takes off and it does well, I don't think it's impossible to think that it could be a 15 or even, say a $20 token. So at 3,033 of them times $20, we're at 60,600, divided by 338 is 180x. So this is one of the tokens that I am going to put into my portfolio most likely. Now, one of the things that I need to look at, I was trying to get into their Telegram group and talk to the team a little bit. I believe that this project is still going strong and still running hard. In fact, crypto lifer Sam Price, just a few short months ago, back in late 2024, was talking about this token and saying that it was on its way to $3 or $4 before everything started kind of getting smashed down. So I believe that this thing is really taking a lot of hits. And I am a little nervous about the fact that it's down this much over the last month. So before I plow the $400 into it and then just blindly stake it for a year, I am going to do just a little bit more research. But this is one of the first tokens that my funds are going to go to get this kicked off. The other reason for that, guys, in full transparency, the other reason that I like staking this is I don't want to be tempted to spend this money. So one of the challenges of this challenge is going to be, let's say that over the next 2 or 3 months, I get a couple $1,000s invested, and now all of a sudden that is up to 20, 30, 40 grand. You know, like say it does a 10, 20x. There's going to be some temptation there to maybe take that money and use it for life, depending on what else is going on in my life. And I don't really want that temptation. So I'm kind of taking the temptation out of my hand by doing this too, because if I take this and I stake it for a year with this particular staking mechanism, there is no early unlock like with a penalty and stuff like that. As far as I know, once you click the button, you lock it for a year, you're not getting it back. No matter how badly you want it back, you're not getting it back for a year. But it is important to stake it for a year, because one of the things that you can see, let's say that we just even cut it down to 180 days, that drops the APR all the way down to 19%. So part of the reason that I love this play is because of the 32%, and we can compound and we can 3x our tokens between now and the next bull market. So if we take that, though, that's a pretty good start. If we take $400 and turn that into $30,000 to $60,000 by the next bull market. Now, the other thing that we can do is, if it looks like things are going well with Nosana, we can always buy more and stake more. And you can see that it literally only took, the first year you get 320 in interest. The second year you get 422. So we're already up to 1,744 in year 2. And then in year 3, we got 556, and we were to 2,300. We were at 2,300. So we over doubled just by 2028. So we're in 2025. So 26, 27, 28, we took 1,000 and turned it into 2,300. So theoretically, anything that we buy by September 10th of 2026 would also over double by September of 2029. So we have about a 1-year window. If we decide that this deserves more than the original $400 that we're going to throw into it, we've got about a year to decide that we want to do that. Now, I also mentioned the Texit coin a couple of different times. So, guys, I wanted to show you. We're talking about the ability to create more tokens, more passive income, and to create a little bit of a business. So part of the reason that I'm bringing this up is there's a lot of you a few months ago, maybe a month, 3 months ago, somewhere in that ballpark, I asked those of you on here, how many of you were business owners, or how many of you would like to start your own business? And put a 1 in the chat if you were one of those people that either owned your own business or you would like to own your own business. So one of the things that I have done over the last month is I went out and got some Texit coin miners, and you can see here, these are the rewards. So I believe it was October 22nd. So you can see here, actually, I guess it was, October. Why am I saying October? August. Oh yeah, here we go. So August 22nd was the first day that my miners kicked in. So I have been getting 16, 15, 14, 12, up to 17, 17 or 18. Yeah, here's a day where 18. I've been getting those Texit coins in my wallet every single day now since the 22nd of August. And so this is a token that I'm going to be doing a couple of deep dives into. I'm going to share more with you guys about this token and why I'm so excited about it. I want to be clear, guys. You can buy this token right now. You can buy this token on DEX Trade, and you can also buy it on a centralized exchange called Bitmart. Now, if you're in the United States, I believe we have to use a VPN for Bitmart. For DEX Trade, you do not need a VPN. So DEX trade.com. So it's DEX-trade.com. And so just the other day, I had my hard wallet. I got my hot wallet set up. I sent out some Texit coins here to the exchange so that I could prove that there was liquidity, and there was definitely liquidity, folks. So one of the important things about these tokens, as I'm going to sell them as time goes by, is I wanted to make sure that there was liquidity. So you can see over here, maybe you can or can't, but you can see over here that there's definitely some liquidity. It's not like a empty liquidity book. So you could definitely sell, tokens here, several $100s to even a couple of $1,000s worth at a time. You can kind of see here, guys, that I've been building up at 17 a day. I'm up to 200. I want to say it's 280 tokens that I have built up. 280 tokens at $3, a little over $3 a pop. So, what is that? 300 times 2 or times 3 would be about $900. So yeah, you can see, I don't know if you can see this in the screen or not, but 280 tokens that are building up in my Texit coin. It's a private wallet. I got my own private keys to it, and I can sell these tokens. But there is a opportunity. They have a pretty fantastic referral program because they want to reward people that are sharing the Texit coin miners with other people. So you're going to be hearing more about that. And in my opinion, you can buy a miner for $995. I ended up with 9 and got 2 free. But you can start off with 1 miner. So as far as this challenge goes, that would be 2 whole months worth of an investment. And a miner right now gets you a little over a token a day. And you're thinking to yourself, probably if you're like me, when I first looked at this, you're like, well, that's like $4 a day, Brad. It's going to take me 250 days to break even on my miner. But the trouble with that theory, folks, is that this token has a clear path to $16 and beyond. And so if you look at this token, if you just go back to 3 months ago, this token was $1 back in June. So people that had miners mining back in June, not only were they getting more than 1 token a day, but those tokens, if they've held on to them, have become worth over $3. So if they were getting tokens back, like if I was getting 18 tokens or more a day back when this was $1, those tokens now, would have tripled. So it takes less time to get back to even. So my point is, like right now, these tokens are $3. I've been accumulating them for, 2 weeks now. It is my belief that this is going to be like a $6, $9, $10, $15, $18 token over the next handful of months. So that means that every token that I'm getting from my miners every day is going to be worth a lot more. So let's say that let's call it a $10 token, that means I'm getting more like about 150 to 180 a day in tokens. So if we take $9.95, if you take $995, that would only be one token a day. So call it $10 a day. That would only take you 100 days to recoup your initial investment. And basically what I'm saying is then at that point in time, every single token that this miner produces for the next 5 years till 2030 is just profit. And so on top of that, the affiliate program, if you refer other people and help them get miners, which I have done very, very successfully. 2 of my buddies have come on and grabbed 9 miners, and they have a referral program. So my two friends that bought 9 miners, when they did that, I got 2 additional miners for free. So I'm actually up to 17 miners because the company has given me 6 miners for referring this to other people. And then they also have some cash incentives. So I just got $3,000. $3,000 dropped out. It's not open. But I just got $3,000 dropped into my USDC MetaMask wallet. Also on top of the 6 free miners. And so my point is, this is an opportunity for people that maybe are like, how do I create some extra income to invest into crypto? How can I make this challenge easier on myself? So if at $500 a month, we got to do a 333x. Well, how can we make our life easier? Well, there's a few different ways, but one of them is to increase the $500 a month. So what if you could increase the $500 a month, say, to $1,500 a month because you had some type of a cryptocurrency income stream, like referring these Texit coin miners out, and you were creating, say, $1,000 a month in referral bonuses that you could now invest into whatever cryptos you wanted. On top of that, you're getting additional miners. So let's say that you have a pretty good network and you have some people come in and buy some of these Texit coin miners. Well, let's say that you go from 1 miner, and over the course of the next 2-3 months, you go up to, say, 10 miners. Well, with 10 miners, you're now getting, say, 10 tokens a day. 10 tokens a day, if they're worth, say, $10 a piece, would be $100 a day that your Texit coin miners are producing. That's another $3,000 a month. So we're going to be continuing to talk about this over the course of the next handful of months. But this is a very lucrative income stream in my opinion. And for those of you that don't mind rolling up your sleeves a little bit and going to work and sharing something with other people, a lot of people get weird when they hear referral program or affiliate program, like, oh man, I don't want to sell my friends. But guys, I'm not selling my friends. I'm just simply sharing some information with them. I'm literally the 2 people that bought the 9 miners. All I did was text them and say, hey, have you heard of the Texit coin miners? Both of them said yes, but neither one of them had gotten any miners. And I'm like, why didn't you guys get any miners? And they're like, I don't know. It just didn't really sound that exciting to me. And I said, well, you guys didn't see what I saw. Watch this YouTube video. And I sent both of these gentlemen a YouTube video that's about 15 minutes long that talked about the path to 15 or 16. The path to 16 showed why this token is on a progression to end up at $16 and above. And they both, after watching that video, had a couple of questions, and then they jumped in and they bought the 9. You can only buy 9 miners is the max. They don't want one person owning too much of the mining system, but they both came in and bought 9 miners. And then I've had 4 or 5 additional people that all came in and got one miner that at least they wanted to get started. They wanted to see it work. But I believe several of those people that bought one miner are probably going to upgrade when they start seeing the tokens accrue. And then when they start reaching out and sharing this with some other people, and some people come in and buy miners and they start to see how the referral program works, I think a lot of those people are going to upgrade to more miners. So long story short, this is an incredible opportunity if you are looking for a way to make some additional cash to invest into crypto. If you want more information, shoot me a DM or let me know. Like if there's anybody that wants more information that's in the video right now, just throw a 1 in the chat. It looks like most of the people that are on here that I've seen in the chat so far are people that I know pretty well. So throw a 1 in the chat if you would like a little bit more information, and I'll shoot you a link. I've actually got a website set up where when you go to my website, there's 7 or 8 different videos that you can watch explaining what I'm up to. And it's a free website. It's a free, anybody that I'm working with is going to get a link and have their own link that they can send people to their website that they can watch these videos. So if you have any interest in getting some more information and understanding exactly what I am talking about here, just throw a 1 in the chat and I will DM you and shoot that link over to you. Other than that, guys, I am going to also deploy a little bit of capital into some trading. So what I have to figure out here when I'm doing some trading is it's definitely going to be a situation where, ooh, look at this nice little pump. I didn't even notice this, guys. Bitcoin up to over 113,000. That's beautiful. So this H-bar trade that I made now is up almost 100%. We've got our Atom trade is up 63%. So that's cool. I do have a few dollars here, I believe, in USDT. And so the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with a little bit lower leverage, because with this, 500 a month that I'm trying to turn into an 8-figure portfolio, I'm going to definitely want to be conservative in the sense, like when I'm doing my trading dollars, I'm not trying to get lucky and just hit like a home run. One of the most important principles that I'm going to follow with my trading is I'm going to follow a conservative strategy, one that is designed to not get liquidated. I don't want to be losing funds. With the other trading that I do on my Tuesday live stream, I'm a little bit more aggressive, because I realize that even if I lose 2 or 3 trades, that when I hit the 4th or 5th trade for a big amount, it's going to wipe out the losses and create some profits. But with this one, I want to have capital that I can deploy. So let's say that I take 125 of the 500. And let's say that just by being a little bit careful, I've got that ran up to say 250. I've got it doubled. And then I have an opportunity to buy an exciting token, to get in on a private sale. That's one of the things that I'm going to be looking for very, very hard. I'm going to be looking for some private sale opportunities that look amazing, because that's one of the spots that you can get, a 3, 4, 500x is in the right kind of private sales. They haven't been doing well up till now, but I am a firm believer that as we run into an altcoin season, we're going to have some opportunity to put some money into private sales. And so I want to have that money that's in that trading account available to do that. So if I've got my $125 of trading money for this month, and I got my 390 that I put into NOS for my 500, I want to have the ability, if that 125 is 200 and then an opportunity comes around, I want to have an opportunity to cash out of that trade and then deploy those funds into the next vehicle. And that's one of the things that I'm going to be doing on these Wednesdays is I'm going to be updating you when that happens. So you'll see the trades that I have in play that are just designed for this portfolio challenge. And then I'll let you know if I sell them and what I'm putting the money into as time goes by too. So I'm going to try to be as transparent as I can. Now, one of the things that I've been meaning to do and that I haven't is I want to get this portfolio set up. So one of the things that I'm going to do here is I need to get logged in, get my login and get a username, all that fun stuff that's just for this challenge. But I'm going to have a portfolio tracker, and everything that I can put into it, anything that's on CoinGecko, I am going to put into this portfolio tracker so that we can kind of keep an eye on how we're doing. And then, last but not least, guys, I want to remind you, over the next 3 to 4 years, a lot of these positions are going to be underwater. There's no doubt that when we hit the next bear market, I'm going to be dollar cost averaging into tokens for 2 or 3 years, and a lot of times losing some money along the way. So the interesting thing about this portfolio is that it's going to probably look crummy. You're going to, like 3 years into this process, you're going to go, why is he doing this? Like so 3 years into the 5 years, if we were deploying 500 a month, that would be 6,000 a year. So $18,000 of our capital has been deployed. And there's a somewhat reasonable possibility that 18,000, could be worth 15 or 10 or 9 or even 3 or 4, depending on how bad the next bear market is. But we're going to be dollar cost averaging the whole way. And then I hope with my trading strategy, the other thing that I'm going to do to offset some of those losses is I will start shorting the market. And hopefully we can take that money that I'm using in the trading wallet, to short the market and also give us more funds to deploy. But my point is, like, if we could get, say, even to 100,000 by 2028 going into 2029, we've got a shot to then 100x and get to 10 million. Maybe we need to have it more like at 200,000 so that we only have to 50x. But we're going to be in a position by the time we get towards the next bull market, we're going to be in a position where hopefully we've scaled that 333x all the way down to something more manageable, 25, 50, 100x. And once again, let's say that I only get to 100,000, and let's say that it only, 21 X's, and I only get to $2.1 million by 2030. Is that going to be considered a failure? Well, it ain't going to be an 8-figure portfolio, but I'm not going to feel too bad about having 2.1 million sitting around in my account. 2.1 million for the next 4 years of work on this portfolio would still be substantial. So by no means am I telling you guys that I can guarantee I'm going to have an 8-figure portfolio through this challenge. I'm going to take my lumps. I'm going to take my punches. I'm going to take the hits, and we are going to definitely, see together how this goes. But I'm going to be thrilled if I can get, to 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million would still be a heck of a journey over the next handful of years. So with that, folks, I hope you are having an amazing day. I meant to have this set up before the end of this stream. I am going to change this banner here real quick, and I want to talk about something that I believe is going to happen tomorrow or Friday. I said that this might happen last week, but when I talked to the Cardsmith team, we ended up deciding there was a few things that I needed to get into place. So we're going to go to cardsmiths.com. So I have a case of these Cardsmith cards. Inside these cases, there's guaranteed to be at least one cryptocurrency redemption card that could be worth up to 1 full Bitcoin. So it's probably going to take me about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, because it's my first card break live. But I'm going to be scheduling this for tomorrow or Friday, probably late afternoon, early evening for me. So sometime around 3, 4, 5 p.m. my time. That's going to be 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, to about 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Sometime tomorrow or the next day, I am going to break open a case of these cards worth about $2,400 worth of these cards. And we are going to see if we can get something cool. There's a lot of amazing cards here. There's a Reddit for these cards. There's a huge secondary marketplace. And so not only are we hoping to get a bunch of Bitcoin or something beautiful and worth some money in the Bitcoin redemption card, or the card that's redeemed. See you later, son. Have a great day, buddy. There's also the possibility of getting like a 1 of 1, or even like, say, a 1 of 5 card that could also be worth several $1,000s. So if you're in the Telegram group, if you're connected on Twitter, you'll also, if you've got your bell notifications on, when I set up the live stream, probably will have the time and the date in place tomorrow. When you set up the live stream, when I set up the live stream, if you've got notifications on YouTube, you're going to be in a position where you'll know about this live stream. We're going to be doing a pretty cool giveaway during the live stream. So you're definitely going to want to be on this live stream and be part of the giveaway. So with that, guys, it was great chatting with you. I hope that you got a little bit of value out of this. Once again, you guys can do your own research on Nosana. I'm going to do just a little bit more, and then hopefully by the time we get back on here tomorrow, I can show you guys where I have some Nosana bought and staked. This is going to be part of how I use this first month's $500. I will also show you if I've got any trades in play yet. With Bitcoin running up to 113.6 now, I want to take a closer look at the charts before I actually put a trade in play. But with that, man, I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, and I look forward to talking to a few of you in person about Texit Coin soon. With that, have a great day. God bless. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.